All right, this is your home maintenance workout, the gentle edition. So this is designed to help you maintain the strength that you've built so that when you come back after the holidays, you're still feeling good. So all you need for this workout is your body and somewhere comfortable to sit or lay down, like carpet or a yoga mat. I'm gonna add in optional weights, so if you have weights or even cans of beans to hold in each hand, you can. We're only gonna use them for a really small portion of the class, so you totally do not need to have them. All right, start seated. You're gonna have your heels on the mat together, and then you're gonna reach your arms out in front of you. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna tuck your hips under and roll back halfway. And then you'll inhale coming up. And we do it again. Exhale, rolling back. These are called half rollbacks because you're rolling back halfway to the mat. Think of just rounding your back, getting a little stretch in your low back, and warming up your abdominals. You're gonna do one more. And then come on up. Now grab onto your shins, and then you're gonna lay down onto your back, but keep your head and chest lifted so you're in a little ball like this. Hands are gonna go behind the head. Breathe in. As you exhale, reach your legs up towards the ceiling or slightly out away from you. Inhale, bend them in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach. If you needed to set your head down, you can put your hands under your hips, and that'll be another comfortable position to work from. Last one, on this next one, you're gonna reach the legs out and keep them there. Take your arms alongside your body, and we're gonna pump the arms and breathe like the 100. And out. Big breath in. Big breath out. If you need to set your feet down on the floor, go for it. Big breath in. Big breath out. Pump your arms vigorously, but try to keep your head somewhat still. So you're reaching the fingers forward. Last one. And set your head down. We're gonna be coming back up to seated. So if you wanna grab your knees and rock and roll up, you can, but come up to seated however works best for you. And we're gonna do that same sequence again, starting with a big breath in. As you exhale, you tap the hips and roll back halfway. Inhaling, sitting up tall, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck and round. Just two more. Last one. And sit up. Reach forward, grab your legs, walk your heels back, and lay down onto your back. Keep your head and chest lifted. Hands go behind your head. Reach your legs out. Bring them in. I like to exhale as my feet go away from you, and then I like to inhale them as they come towards me. Last one. And in. Now you're gonna reach the legs out. Arms go alongside the body, pump your arms, breathing in and out. The lower your legs go here, the more of a challenge you will experience. The higher they go, or down on the floor, will be a little bit easier. If your neck gets tired and you need to set your head down for one full breath in, go ahead and do it, and then try to lift it again, because it is good to strengthen the neck muscles. Last full breath in. And full breath out. Set everything down, bring the knees to the chest. Rock yourself up to seated or come up to seated, however works best for you. This is the last round. Take a big breath in. Exhale, round back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up, last two. Last one. All right, reach for your ankles or shins, walk your heels back, lay down onto your back, hands behind the head, reach the legs out, 4, pull them in. Again, you can set the head down and put the hands under the hips. propping the hips up. As if we had, like in class, sometimes you'll use a wedge under your hips. It's the same idea, putting the hands under there. All right, last one. Keep the legs out. Reach your arms alongside your body. Curl up, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last two. Can you take your legs a little lower? Last one. And hug your knees in. Set your head down. And then just set your feet down on the mat with your arms by your side. We're going to do some bridges. Big breath in. As you exhale, push into your heels and lift your hips up. Inhale, roll your spine down. Exhale, push into the heels, lift your hips up. Inhale, roll it down. Exhale, roll it up. Can you get the hips a little higher this time? Inhale, roll it down. And generally speaking, if your feet are a little wider, this will be a little easier. If your feet are a little bit narrower, or even get the feet and knees touching, you're going to feel this more in your inner thighs. It'll be a little bit more intense. So you can choose how wide your feet go. All right, now everyone, bring your feet and knees hip distance or even slightly narrower. So we're going to do some single leg work. You're going to lift the hips up, lift your right leg up, and set it down. Lift the left leg up, and set it down. Right leg, and left leg. So you're just marching. You're trying to keep your hip bones pointed up towards the mirror, reaching high. No tipping or dipping in the hips. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, just lift one leg and then lower and lift it to the mat. If this doesn't work, just keep doing the marching we were just doing. We're going to do 3 more lifts on this side. 3, 2, keep the hips high. Last one. Set that foot down, set the hips down, lift them back up, and we're going to do the other leg. Lowering and lifting. Otherwise, you're still just marching side to side. 3 more. Here we go. 3. Keep the hips high and even. 2. Last one. And set the foot down, set the hips down. Okay, it's time to work the abs a little bit more. Curl up. Grab onto your right knee and reach the left leg out. And then switch. And switch. So you're just pulling one knee in at a time. Really try to curl up from the rib cage. Again, if you need to set the head down, you can put the hands under the tailbone and do this, or even a pillow under your hips with the head down. All right, hug both knees in. You're gonna reach both legs out, take your arms overhead, reach your arms wide to the side, and curl back into that little ball. 3 more of these, reach, arms go wide, curl into a little ball. Last 2. Last one. All right, hands behind your head. Lift your legs up and scissor your legs. 1 down, 1 up. Keep the heels close together. See if you can take the elbows a little wider and curl up a little higher. 4, 3, 2. Both legs go up on one. You're going to lower both legs and lift both legs. Again, if that's too challenging, head down, hands under the hips. Lower and lift. Final 2. Lift. Last one. And lift. Set your feet down, hands behind your head. We're going to finish with a bicycle or crisscross. You're twisting opposite elbow towards knee, rotating at the rib cage. Try to look back towards your back elbow. 4, 3. You're done with your ab series in 2. Last one. And set everything down. Take a breath in and slowly roll over onto your stomach. All right, from here you can set your forehead down You're gonna have your hands either in a goalpost position or under the shoulders or anywhere in between. We're gonna start with a little head lift, chest lift, and a little bit of a back bend. And then you're gonna lower down. Do that again, head lift, chest lift, and lower down. This time, you're gonna challenge your back muscles by relaxing your arms. So I want your hands and forearms to be like jello. So don't use your hands or your arms. Lift your head, lift as high as you can without using your arms. And when you can't go any higher, then push into your hands and come up a little bit. And then lower all the way down. We'll do one more like that. Lift the head, lift the chest, not using your arms. See how high you can come? And then lift with your arms to get a little extra stretch. And lower yourself down. All right, from here, you're gonna lay onto your side. We're gonna do some side kicks. I would recommend starting with the knees bent. You're gonna have your hips and your shoulders in line with each other, and the knees will be in front of that. And you can have your head up on your hands. You can have both hands behind your head, or you can lay your head down and put your hand on the mat. Any combination will work. You're gonna straighten your top leg, bring it forward slightly, and then start to kick up and down. Up and down, up and down. If you wanna do fancy feet, you can point up and flex down, or you could just let your foot be floppy. That's great for your hip too. So we wanna try to keep the torso really stable and still here. The movements we're gonna progress through are gonna make it harder and harder to keep your torso still. So just work on that here. Side is slightly lifted, core is engaged, and you're breathing. All right, keep the leg low. You're gonna slide it forward and press it back. Already you can feel this is a lot more challenging to keep your torso still and stable. If it helps you feel more stable, you can bend your bottom leg. I like to flex my foot forward and point it to the back. 2 more. 1 more. And we're gonna do small circles, like the size of the magic circle. You're brushing your heels together. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big circles. You're gonna go forward, up as high as you can. Point your toe to the back. Flex forward, up, point to the back. Last one. Flex, stretch that leg, and point to the back. Stack the legs and we'll reverse. You're gonna go back up and around. Again, I like to point to the back and then flex and reach through my heel to the front. Last one. Final thing we're gonna do here. Tap your top leg in front of your bottom leg, lift it up to the ceiling and tap it behind. And you just keep doing that. Lifting, tap in front, lift, tap behind. Lift, tap in front, lift, tap behind. 5, and up. Final 4, up. 3, and up. Your hip might be burning. 2, and up. Last 1, and up. And set the leg down. All right, in between sides, you're gonna come up onto all 4s. Hips right over the knees, wrists right underneath the shoulders. You're gonna take a breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna take your right leg back behind you. Reach it super, super long, away from the top of your head. So you feel a nice big line from the top of the head all the way to your toe, and then set it down, take a breath in. Exhale, reach the other leg back. Get really, really long, stomach stays lifted, and lower it down. Switch again, and bring it down. Switch, and bring it down. Switch, and bring it down. Switch. And to this, if you want to add a little more, you can add reaching your opposite arm long. Bring it down. Opposite leg and arm reach. And lower. Try not to lower too quickly. Like take a moment to really reach and lengthen. Even if you go at a different timing than me, your goal here is to lift and lengthen. Give it a little extra squeeze, a little extra reach. And that'll give you a little extra time to practice balance as well. It may feel better to take the arm and leg out at a slight diagonal. You can totally do that as well. One more each side. Last one. And then set both hands and knees down. And now come down onto your elbows and sink your hips a little bit lower so you're in a plank type position. And from here, we're gonna drop one hip and then drop the other hip. So you're just leaning from side to side, working your core and your shoulders. If it doesn't feel good to rock side to side, just hold it in the middle and take some deep breaths. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, you're gonna do side kicks on the other side. So go ahead and lay down on your other side. Knees can be bent or straight. Hands can be behind the head, or you can lay down. Any combination works. Starting with side kicks, lifting up and down. Up and down. We talk about this in class, but you can choose to do these more parallel, or you can externally rotate and take the leg a little bit higher. Both have different benefits. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg low, slide it forward, press it back. As much as possible, try to keep your torso really still here. You could always take both hands behind the head for an added challenge. Sorry, I didn't mention that on the other side. 4, 3, last 2, last 1. And we're gonna do circles. You're gonna take your leg forward, up and around. Oh, sorry, little circles, little circles. All right, we're gonna do little circles. Circle your leg for 8, 7, brush the heels, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the direction, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we have big circles. Go forward, up and back. I like to flex forward to stretch the back of my leg and point to the back. 1 more this direction. Let's reverse. Go to the back, up and around. Reach through the heel. Back up and around. The last one. All right, we have those little taps. You're gonna tap your front top leg in front, lift it up, tap to the back, lift it up to the front, lift it up to the back, lift it up to the front, lift it up to the back. Here we go, final 5, up, final 4, final 3, last 2, and last 1. All right, let's do some lunges. Go ahead and make your way to standing. This is where you're gonna grab your weights if you have them. And from here, you're gonna take one leg back behind you, coming into a lunge, and then stand back up. Reach a leg back, stand back up. Reach a leg back, stand back up. So just holding on to a pair of weights if you want, but you do not have to. You can totally do this with the hands on your hips. You're just leaning forward and then coming up. So it's a hip hinge with a bit of a bend in the standing leg. 2 more. 1 more. Great. Now do 1 more coming into the hinge, but you're going to stay here this time. You're going to tap your back foot in and out. In and out. In and out. If you need to move towards a wall or somewhere you can hold on to balance, go ahead and do that. You guys are almost done. All you have left is some taps to the side. So bring your foot in and then start reaching it out to the side. So it looks like this. Tap and in, tap and in, tap and in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. If you've got those weights, again, you can grab them. You're gonna grab your chair and you're gonna sit down on your chair and hold your weights up, or just have your hands on your hips. Stand and sit. Exhale to stand. Inhale to sit. You can add an overhead press if you want a little extra. And if you want to challenge yourself with a single leg, just lift a heel, it doesn't matter which one. Keep that heel lifted as you do 4 more. You guys know from class, you can start to slide that toe further away from you to make it a little more challenging. Last 2. Last 1. All right, sit yourself down on the chair, cross an ankle over a knee, circle your ankle, or rock the knees side to side. Take a breath, and then we'll switch sides. All right, lunges on the other side. Grab the weights, take the other leg forward, and from here, you're just gonna lunge and stand. Lunge, stand. One leg reaches back, you hinge forward, and you're trying to keep your standing knee right over the middle of your foot. See how low you can go without rounding the upper back. 3 more. 3, 2, last 1. Go back, hold it here. Start to tap the heel in and out, or the toe, sorry, the toe in and out. 4, 3, 2, and out to the side for your final set. Tap out to the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, stand up. You're gonna sit down on your chair. Hold the weights up by your shoulders, or just hands can be in front of you or on your hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, stand. Inhale, sit. Exhale, stand. Inhale, sit. Exhale, stand. And let's take it into the single leg on this next one. You're gonna lift one heel. Try to keep that heel as you do your squats. If you want to move the foot a little further away from you, to challenge yourself, go for it. 3, 2, last 1, and you can sit yourself down, set your weights down, cross an ankle over a knee. Let the knees rock. Take a breath. Switch legs. We are going to finish with some side planks so that we keep up our shoulder strength. You're going to have one elbow down and your hips and knees will be stacked. Hand can go on your hip or it could go on the ground in front of you. You're gonna take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly lift your hips up. Inhale, set them down. Exhale, slowly lift up. Inhale, lower. You can also do this with your top leg straight. Inhale, lower. Lift. Lower. 4. Lower. 3. Lower. 2. Lower. Last one. And lower. Come onto hands and knees, and we are going to do some push-ups. So you can keep the knees down. Start with a small elbow bend, and then maybe start to make your elbow bend a little bit bigger. You have 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And sit your hips back if that feels good. Take a quick breath. And we're going to do side planks on the other side. Shoulder right over the elbow. Hips and knees stacked. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. If you want to straighten your top leg, you can. If you're looking for a little more challenge, you could lift that top leg and lift your top arm. 3, 2. Last one. And set the hips down. All right, you've made it through the workout. We're just gonna do a quick little stretch. So sit in any way that's comfortable for you and lean into a little bit of a side bend. So this could even be sitting up on your chair. You could put a hand on the chair and side bend to one side and side bend to the other side. Side bend to one side. You could even reach and try to pat yourself on the back to stretch your triceps. Side bend to the other side. All right, great work. Congratulations on doing something at home to maintain your strength over the holidays.